March 9th, 1993. Two women sit side by side on a secure transport bus.
Two little birds in a cage of bone.
They are identical twins. They are 30 years old, and for nearly their entire lives, they have refused to speak to a single living soul.
Speaking in tongues that are unknown.
They are finally tasting freedom after 11 years inside a high-security psychiatric hospital. It should be a celebration, but it isn't. Because moments before stepping onto this bus, Jennifer turned to a journalist and whispered that terrifying prophecy.
I'm going to die. We've decided.
A mirror cracks, the shadow grows.
She wasn't sick. She wasn't poisoned. There was no weapon. Yet, less than an hour into the journey, Jennifer was dead on the floor of that bus. Her heart simply stopped. This is not just a story about silence. It is the story of a bond so toxic that for one sister to finally live, the other had to be sacrificed.
One heart stops, the other sets free. Silence is the price for you and me.
To understand the death, we have to go back to the beginning. June and Jennifer Gibbons were born in 1963. When their family moved to Wales, the girls stepped into a hostile environment. They were the only black children in the community, and the isolation was instant. Most children react to trauma by fighting back or crying. The twins did something else. They retreated. They realized that the world outside was dangerous, so they decided to simply turn it off. They stopped answering their teachers. They barely spoke to their parents. Doctors were baffled. They called it selective mutism, but it was far more complex. They moved in unnerving synchronization. If June scratched her nose, Jennifer scratched hers. They didn't just share a space, they shared a mind. They developed a secret language, a high-speed mixture of Bajan Creole that no one else could decipher. To the outside world, they looked like empty shells. But inside their bedroom, behind a locked door, they were anything but empty. They were creators, building entire worlds where no one could hurt them. Silence didn't mean their minds were quiet. They were screaming. Onto paper, obsessively, thousands of pages of novels, poems, and diaries. And thanks to these diaries, we know the terrifying truth. They didn't just love each other, they hated each other. Jennifer wrote this about her own twin.
She is a dark shadow. I am the face of misery. We have become a fatal attraction. She should be dead. I should be dead.
Psychiatrists call this Folie à deux, the madness of two, a shared psychosis where two people reinforce each other's delusions. They were trapped in a psychological cage. June felt possessed by Jennifer. Jennifer felt suffocated by June.
We talked to the doctor about life. Jennifer told him about how she hears voices, sees visions, and wants to kill me. I told him how sensitive I am, how I pick up people's moods, have dreams and premonitions. Jennifer is more withdrawn than me. She needs more help. I told him I'd like to kill her. I would strangle her. She told him how we attempted to drown each other in the river. I said that only one of us should have been born. Life would have been smoother.
But they couldn't separate. They dreamed of being famous authors to escape their reality. But the world rejected their manuscripts. So, as their frustration grew, the silence turned into action. If they couldn't create, they would destroy. The isolation turned into rage. They started drinking. They started stealing. And then they started burning things, a tractor shop, a technical college. They didn't run, they stood and watched the flames, almost waiting to be caught. The legal system didn't know what to do with two silent girls. So, the judge made a decision that would seal their fate. An indeterminate sentence at Broadmoor Hospital. This wasn't just a hospital. It was a high-security fortress housing Britain's most dangerous criminals. The twins were only 19 years old. Inside, the doctors tried to break their bond by force. They were locked in separate wings, isolated, alone for the first time in their lives. Then came the drugs. Heavy doses of antipsychotics designed to suppress their minds. The medication worked too well. It destroyed their urge to write. The creativity died. The novels stopped. 5 years passed, 8 years, 10 years, and in the silence of Broadmoor, they came to a terrifying mathematical realization. They couldn't both survive. For one to live, the other had to go. March 9th, the bus ride. Jennifer rests her head on June's shoulder. She takes a deep breath, and then silence. At the hospital, doctors rushed to save her, but it was too late. The autopsy revealed acute myocarditis, a sudden inflammation of the heart. There were no drugs, no poison, no signs of violence. Physically, her heart just stopped. But metaphysically, she simply let go.
My dear June, I agree a lot with you about we two being old spinsters left on the shelf, because to be honest, I've had enough of men. Any relationship always ends for me. I can do without them. You are my only relationship, like sister to sister. I know I'll die young and way before you, but it doesn't really matter. I only hope you'll be happy still. Love, Jenny.
But the most shocking part isn't the death. Days later, June spoke to the journalist. She didn't sound devastated. She sounded liberated. She said,
I feel that I'm living for her. This is what she would have wanted, for me to go on living for her. And every day I wake up and say to myself, well, there's one more day for me, but one more day for my sister as well. And I live for her. And what I see and do, she does as well. She's not missing out on nothing because she's with me.
June Gibbons is still alive today. She lives a quiet life in England. She speaks to her neighbors. She is gentle, kind, and fully functional. She viewed her life as the price of admission for her sister's freedom. Did Jennifer simply die, or did she step aside? Perhaps the answer lies in the poem June wrote for Jennifer's headstone.
We once were two, we two made one. We no more two through life.